Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for December 18, 2023. And in the news this afternoon, case against the men charged for murder of GC Foster College V.P. further delayed. The court case involving the two men charged for the murder of GC Foster College Vice Principal and coach Gibbs Williams has been further delayed because of an incomplete file. The accused are Odane Watson, otherwise called Oddy, 41 years old, of Renford Drive, Kingston 20, and the 23-year-old Jerome Hills of Duffs Street, Kingston. They are charged with murder, possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, using a firearm to commit a crime, being a participant in a criminal organization, and robbery with aggravation. When the matter came up for mention in the St. Catherine Parish Court on Monday, it was revealed that the ballistic certificate, post-mortem report, arresting officer's statement, and the communication forensics and the cybercrime unit report are outstanding. Attorney at law Sheldon Campbell, who represents Hales, told the court he was not satisfied with the slow pace of the case and the seeming reluctance to complete the file. The matter was later postponed until January 26, 2024, when the men are to reappear in the St. Catherine Parish Court. It is reported that about 12:15 p.m. on October 6, Williams was leaving a hospital complex when he was attacked by the suspects at a shot. Traffic changes being implemented in Port Antonio for Christmas season. Traffic changes will be implemented in the town of Port Antonio in Portland effective Wednesday. The National Works Agency says the changes are being implemented to ease the congestion anticipated during the holiday season. The changes will remain in force until Wednesday, January 3, 2024. As of Wednesday, vehicles traveling easterly into Port Antonio will enter through the marina, which will operate as a one-way street. Vehicles traveling westerly will use West Street to exit Port Antonio. Somers Town Road will be converted to a one-way street traveling southerly. Vehicles traveling northerly from Somers Town Road will turn right at the intersection onto East Palm Avenue, then merge with the traffic on Allen Avenue. No vehicle will be allowed beyond the intersection of Norman and the Somers Town Road. The NWA says these vehicles will be directed onto Allen Avenue. In the meantime, single-lane parking will be enforced along Fort George Street. Motorists are further being advised to observe the instructions of posted directional signs. Electrician dies in St. Elizabeth crash. A man died from injuries he sustained in a crash on Coker Main Road in St. Elizabeth on Monday morning. He is 52-year-old Ainsworth Gardner, an electrician from Coker District. It was reported that about 3 o'clock, Mr. Gardner was returning from a wake when he overtook a bus and crashed into a stone. He was pronounced dead at hospital. Police make arrest and seize the guns and ammunition in St. Andrew operation. The police seized 3 firearms during a police military operation at 100 Sunrise Crescent in St. Andrew on Monday. The weapons include 1 rifle and 2 handguns. The police also seized several rounds of ammunition. Head of the Jamaica Constabulary Forces Corporate Communications Unit, Senior Superintendent of Police Stephanie Lindsay, says several people have so far been taken into custody, among them persons of interest in a number of crimes. She says at least one of them will be charged for illegal possession of firearm. SSP Lindsay states that Monday's operation is in response to recent incidents of shooting and robbery in the Sunrise Crescent area. The operation began at 5 a.m. It was conducted by personnel from the St. Andrew North Police Division, the Caribbean Search Center, K9 Division, Specialized Operations, and the Jamaica Defense Force. 3 charged in relation to flow cable theft in St. Ann appear in court. The 3 people who were charged with stealing flow cables, which led to major disruptions in service in St. Ann 2 weeks ago, appeared in the St. Ann Parish Court on Friday, where the case was mentioned. The 3, 27-year-old Brian Sinclair, a construction worker of Chester, 28-year-old Oran Walker of Manza District, and the 28-year-old Sidian Richards, a tour guide of Seville Heights, all in St. Ann, were charged last week with simple larceny receiving stolen property, and malicious destruction of property. Ms. Richards was offered bail in the sum of $70,000, while the other accused were remanded until Tuesday. Investigators reported that on Sunday, December 3, the three accused went to Mines District in two separate vehicles and damaged the flow cables and stole a quantity valued at more than $1.4 million. Citizens got information and set up roadblocks to nab them. They intercepted a truck and another vehicle transporting the accused. The suspects were attacked by the residents and later handed over to the police. TODSS wants the vexed issue of vehicle seizures addressed. President of the Transport Operators Development Sustainable Services, Egerton Newman, is calling on Minister of Energy, Science and Technology, Darrell Vaz, and the Transport Authority to address the vexed issue of how licensed public passenger vehicles are seized while on the job by towing companies. Enough is enough. We are calling on the Transport Authority to immediately publish a list of approved wrecking companies and the price to be charged, stated Newman. Besides, Newman informed the news that in 2019, former Minister of Transport Robert Montague had put an end to what he deemed as the superfluous wrecking of vehicles, but that was allegedly reversed without a consultation with stakeholders by Audley Shaw, who succeeded him. In 2019, Robert Montague, former Minister of Transport, ordered the police and the Transport Authority not to seize the PPV license except for special reasons, stated Newman. We are calling for the regulation of Robert Montague to be reinstated to allow PPV not to be wrecked with conditions, Newman requested. The head of TODSS asserted that the newly appointed Minister Vaz had communicated to the industry that this matter is currently undergoing active review. Nonetheless, Newman emphasized the pressing urgency of time. We will not sit by and allow our hard-earned investments to run underground. We insist that we are relentless in our efforts to put a stop to this. It cannot be allowed to continue, and we will not allow it to continue, Newman stressed. Matriarch recovering after deadly attack on Jamaican family. The matriarch of a Jamaican family who survived a stabbing rampage that snuffed out the lives of 4 members of the family, including 2 children, aged 11 and 12, is reportedly recovering after undergoing emergency surgery. Christine Watson, 61, is alert and conscious, a sister told New York Daily News. Watson was among 5 members of the family who were attacked in their home by her nephew, Courtney Gordon, 38, in a horrific incident that rocked the faraway Queens community during the early hours of Sunday, December 4, 2023. Gordon was later shot and killed by police after he allegedly attacked and wounded 2 officers who arrived at the scene to investigate the incident. Those killed in the knife attack included Watson's daughter Suzette Taylor, 44, Watson's son-in-law and her 2 grandchildren, whose names were not disclosed. The grandchildren had migrated from Jamaica recently, investigators said. Family members were quoted as saying that Gordon was taken into the home by Watson after he became homeless. He was said to be suffering from severe mental health issues. Concern mounted among family members who became increasingly fearful that Gordon would fly off at some point. They told him he had to move out of the home as he was acting strange and talking strange things. The New York Daily News reported family friend Charmaine Taylor as saying. Another of Gordon's aunts, Lillian McCoy, who provided accommodation for him in her Bronx, New York home between last year and earlier this year, told reporters she was forced to put him out as well because of his behavior. Family members and friends are still trying to come to terms with the gruesome murders. This is shocking. We are all sad and devastated. We don't take it lightly because the 2 families have been destroyed at this moment, McCoy said of the incident. The tragedy marks the 2nd time in less than a month that the Jamaican community here has been shaken by murders. Last month, Jamaican landlord David Daniels stabbed his 2 tenants and his girlfriend to death in St. Albans, Queens. The incident stemmed from a dispute over the non-payment of rent. Daniels, who blamed stress and pressure for his actions, is currently awaiting trial on 3 counts of second-degree murder and 1 count of criminal possession of a weapon. Prosecutors plan to seek a life sentence without a parole if he is convicted.